بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
The battles in the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The life of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was a period of profound transformation for the Arabian Peninsula and the world. One of the key components of this transformation were the battles, military expeditions in which Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, himself participated. These expeditions were crucial for both the defense of the early Muslim community and the spread of Islam. They were not just military encounters, but were imbued with lessons of faith, leadership, perseverance, and justice. The significant battles of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, focusing on their historical context, significance, the lessons derived from them, and the impact they had on the nascent Muslim community. Each battle provides insight into the challenges faced by the early Muslims, the strategic decisions made, and how Allah guided the Muslims to victory, even in seemingly impossible situations. Through these expeditions, the foundations of the Islamic State were laid, and the message of Islam was spread far beyond the Arabian Peninsula. Understanding the Ghazwas. The term Ghazwa refers to a military expedition in which Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, personally participated. These expeditions were fought for various reasons, including defending the Muslim community from external threats, seeking justice, and establishing peace and security in the region. Not all military engagements during this period were Ghazwas, as there were many other expeditions led by the Prophet's companions, which are referred to as Sariyas. The Ghazwas, however, were pivotal in demonstrating the Prophet's leadership and the unity of the Muslim community. The strategic, moral, and spiritual lessons learned from these expeditions are integral to understanding the early years of Islam. The Battle of Badr, 624 CE, background and cause of the battle. The Battle of Badr is perhaps the most iconic and significant battle in the early years of Islam. It occurred in the second year after the Hijra migration of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, from Mecca to Medina. The Quraysh of Mecca, after having exiled the Muslims from their homeland, sought to attack Medina in an effort to destroy the growing Muslim community. In response, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, mobilized a force of around 313 men to intercept a caravan belonging to the Quraysh, which was returning from Syria. However, the situation escalated when the Quraysh, led by Abu Jahl, decided to send an army to confront the Muslims. The Muslims, though significantly outnumbered, stood firm in their resolve to protect their faith and their community. The battle and its outcome. The battle took place near a well-known location called Badr, and it was a decisive victory for the Muslims. Despite being outnumbered 3-1, the Muslims were able to defeat the Quraysh, killing many of their leaders, including Abu Jahl, and capturing several prisoners. The victory at Badr was a major turning point in the history of Islam, as it not only secured the survival of the Muslim community, but also strengthened the belief of the Muslims that Allah was supporting their cause. Lessons from the Battle of Badr. 1. Divine support. The Muslims' victory, despite their numerical disadvantage, emphasized that victory comes from Allah. The Muslims relied on their faith and trust in Allah, and He sent angels to aid them in battle. Quran, chapter 3, verses 123 to 125. 2. Unity and strength. The battle showed the importance of unity within the Muslim community. The Muslims fought together with resolve, and their collective effort led to success. 3. Strategic planning. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, demonstrated exceptional military strategy, despite being outnumbered. His decisions, such as placing the army at the well of Badr to cut off the enemy's water supply, were key to the victory. The Battle of Uhud, 625 CE, background and cause of the battle. After the defeat at Badr, the Quraysh were determined to avenge their loss and reassert their dominance. In 625 CE, they gathered an army of approximately 3,000 soldiers to march on Medina and confront the Muslims once again. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, led a force of around 700 companions to defend the city. The Battle of Uhud took place on the slopes of Mount Uhud near Medina. The Muslims initially had the upper hand, but the situation turned when a group of archers, positioned on a hill by the Prophet, peace be upon him, to guard against a cavalry attack, disobeyed his orders and descended to collect spoils of war. This led to a counterattack by the Quraysh, and the Muslims were forced to retreat. The battle and its outcome. The outcome of the battle was mixed. While the Muslims suffered a tactical defeat with significant casualties, including the martyrdom of Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, beloved Uncle Hamza, the Quraysh did not achieve their ultimate goal of annihilating the Muslim community. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, demonstrated resilience, even in the face of loss, and encouraged the Muslims to remain steadfast in their faith. Lessons from the Battle of Uhud. 1. Obedience to leadership. The disobedience of the archers at Uhud is a critical lesson in the importance of following the Prophet's, peace be upon him, commands, especially in times of crisis. The consequences of their actions resulted in unnecessary losses. 2. Resilience in adversity. Despite the setback, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, remained hopeful and encouraged the Muslims to persevere. The battle demonstrated that temporary setbacks should not deter one from the ultimate goal of success. 3. Sacrifice and martyrdom. The martyrdom of many great companions, including Hamza, highlighted the importance of sacrifice for the sake of Allah and the reward of martyrdom in the hereafter. The Battle of the Trench. Al-Ahzab, 627 CE. Background and cause of the battle. In the 5th year after the Hijrah, a coalition of forces, including the Quraysh and several other tribes, marched toward Medina with the intention of destroying the Muslim community once and for all. This alliance of confederate tribes was one of the most formidable threats the Muslims had faced. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, consulted with his companions on how to defend Medina. Salman al-Farsi, a Persian companion, suggested digging a trench around the city as a defensive measure, a tactic unfamiliar to the Arabs at the time. The Muslims worked tirelessly to complete the trench, and when the Confederate forces arrived, they found their path blocked. The battle and its outcome. The battle was a siege that lasted for several weeks. Despite the overwhelming numbers of the enemy, the trench effectively neutralized the attackers' ability to penetrate Medina. During the siege, the Muslims experienced severe hunger and hardship, but they remained steadfast. Eventually, a storm caused the Confederate forces to retreat in disarray, marking a decisive victory for the Muslims. Lessons from the Battle of the Trench. Innovation in strategy. The use of the trench was a strategic innovation that highlighted the importance of adapting to the situation and using all available resources for the defense of Islam. 2. Patience and endurance. The siege lasted for weeks, and the Muslims endured significant hardship. The battle demonstrated the importance of patience and perseverance in the face of difficulties. 3. Divine intervention. Once again, Allah's intervention played a crucial role. The storm that caused the enemy to retreat was a reminder that ultimate control rests with Allah. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and press the bell icon. Until next time, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you with wisdom and guidance, peace and blessings be upon you.